Well, thank you very much, Minister. Please join me here, and also thank you for hosting the grand finale of this assembly, please.
You're welcome.
With Faroese music and Faroese food and Faroese beer, for those of you who like beer. And we went from the United States to the Faroe Islands.
Yes, a big difference.
And then India will follow you
Yeah.
afterwards. I think it's both a testimony to the wide scope of how the Arctic Circle presents the world, that a nation of 50,000 plus shares the stage with the most powerful country in the world and 1.3 billion people in Asia. So let me first ask you, how is it for you as Foreign Minister of the Faroe Islands to then execute this new Arctic policy that you have just described? How is it to implement this policy? How will you go forward from here?
First, I would say that it's very important for us to have an Arctic policy because Arctic means so much to us. Arctic is the fundament for living in Faroe Islands and have always been. We get the sea from North Atlantic and Arctic full of fish and nutrients and the warm sea and the cold sea. And our ancestors, they have been able to live in the Faroe Islands because of that. And the same for us. So yes, we will, this is the first step. We will, in this policy, we try to explain how we will be part of those countries who will take care of this wonderful area, North Atlantic and Arctic. We will help to work against the pollution and make it a peaceful place from now on.
Great. Are there any questions from the hall? Yes, there's one there at the back. Here, in the middle. Yes.
Yes. Hello, my name is Aira, and I'm a student from the Faroe Islands. So my question to you, Jenis, how do you frame your new Arctic policy within the struggle for Faroese independence from Denmark?
Independent from Denmark, yes, independence for all nations is a goal, and also for the Faroe Islanders. It don't mean that we will be alone in the world for ourselves, but we will be able to work at the same stage together with Denmark, Greenland, Iceland, and other countries. Our policy in Arctic and the question about being independent, it is 2 different points. We are you don't think so, okay? But we have a very good today. We have a very good working together with Denmark, and I don't think people in Faroe Islands are so concerned today about the independence as they were, for example, for 20 years ago. But we will get our independence, I'm sure. But I don't see it as the same, as a part of the same. We'll take care of artists, and as the policy is today in Faroe Islands, we are free to work on that for ourselves.
Yeah, I think coming from a country that for centuries was a part of the Kingdom of Denmark, I think we've seen here in your presentation by Prime Minister of Greenland, we will have a presentation later in this assembly by the Premier of the Northwest Territories. We heard the Senator from Alaska. What is interesting about the Arctic are all these territories that have self-government in one way or another. They're called states in America, provinces in Canada. You don't call it anything within the Kingdom of Denmark, and then you have various things sort of within Russia. And we decided early on in the Arctic Circle to allow all these different territorial governments to have the same voice as those who come from the capitals. Because if you only listen to those from the capitals, irrespective of whether it's Ottawa, Copenhagen, Washington, or whatever, you will not get the true picture of the Arctic. So whatever happens in your independence campaign, I think it's important that these voices be heard.
Yes,
and thank you for that.
One day we will have our independence, but until then we have to work together peacefully. That's very important.
Well, for somebody like me who wrote my PhD thesis on the independence movement of Iceland, it's tempting to enter this discussion, but I'm not going to do that. So thank you very much, Minister. And now we invite the Secretary General from the Ministry of Natural Resources of India to present the new climate policy of India.